All right, all right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kohaloyam La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that's scattered abroad, the Akim and the Awath that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawar Mamuwan coming back at you with another lesson. It's going to be a quick hit. All right, before I take it down. All right, and I'm going to play this video real quick, and then I'll get into these scriptures. All right.
Tell y'all, please watch your surroundings. Around 5:30 this morning, I heard my door open. I looked up and I saw a flashlight in my door. I instantly, in my mind, thought that I was tripping, like I'm dreaming. Because my son, he usually gets on the bus around 6:30, 6:45. So I go in the room and I check the rooms, and everybody in my house is asleep. Everybody's still asleep, y'all. So I'm thinking, like, girl, just go back to bed. Like, maybe it was a dream. So I go to sleep. I turn over and somebody standing in my living room. Just standing in my living room with a flashlight, had on a black ski mask, a black hoodie, some blue pants, and some white shoes. Y'all, I started screaming. I jumped up to run towards my door. When I made it to my door, they were already downstairs. I see the man run around the corner. I'm so fucking scared. I've been up everything. It's so scary. I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know how long you were there before I turned over and noticed that you were there. He honestly picked my lock on my door. I did call the police, and it's like wood chips and paint on my floor where my door is. Y'all, all I'm saying is be aware of your surroundings. If you are in Houston, it is crazy stuff going on. It is crazy stuff going on.
All right. So with that being said, you grab the scripture. All right. This is Isaiah 32 and 9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come." All right. And we are in the times, all right, that you women, all right, that wanted to live in that feminism spirit, okay, that wanted to live in pleasures, all right, that wanted to walk around and say, you don't need no man, all right. This is the result of you being in that spirit, and it's only going to get worse out here. Here it is. This woman nothing even happened to this woman, and she's already crying and can't believe what just happened before her eyes. All right. And it was probably a guy that she probably disrespected, try to play for a fool, you know. But these are the things that's coming upon our women, man, in these last days. And, we constantly go, and brothers constantly go into the scriptures telling you that that you women are gonna have troubled times, man, in these last days. A lot of you women are gonna be put to death. A lot of you women are gonna be ravished. Okay, a lot of you women are gonna see things that you're not gonna be able to handle. All right, and this is why you need a man. You want to have that spirit of you don't need a man, but this is why you need a man, and a man of the Lord at that. Okay, because your regular men that you thought were gangsters and you thought were hardcore, or they could protect you, are not going to be able to protect you in those days because they're not men of the Lord. The only way you women are going to be able to make it out of here, all right, is through an actual man of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. You women are going to be, uh, some women are going to make it out of here. Okay. Because, the elect lady, the women that are of the elect are going to be saved. And a lot of you women will be spared because a lot of women will be saved for childbearing, as the scriptures tell you. All right. But for the most part, all right, when we tell you that 2/3 of our people from the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, all right, when we say 2/3 of our people are going to get cut off and die, as the scriptures say, all right, most of those 2/3 is going to be women, all right, because there's more women on earth than men, you see, and especially the so-called black woman, all right, which is the most is the biggest one that's in the spirit of feminism, okay, and then the rest of the tribes follow her. All right, those are going to be the ones that catch the worst judgment out here, man. Okay, and that's why the scriptures tell you, arise, you women that are at ease, man. Okay, hear my voice. You're supposed to listen to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And most of all, how is the Lord speaking onto the world? Through the voice of the prophets, man. You see? So when the Lord says, hear my voice, he basically telling you to listen to the men of the Lord that's telling you what's about to come forth to you guys, man. You see? It says, arise, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Yeah, most of these women, okay, wanted to continue to live in pleasure, man, and be careless, all right, and have that I don't care spirit. I don't need shit. Because remember, this society has made it where a woman should compass a man, as the scriptures tell you, man. And that spirit goes all the way back to the garden, man, all the way to back where Eve had took on the philosophy of the serpent, you see, and this is the judgment that's going to come forth from that. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me grab this. Uh, this is First Timothy 5:6, and it says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." Okay, these women wanted to live in pleasure. These women wanted to have, you know, uh, OnlyFans pages. Okay, these women wanted to be jumping on the cock carousel all day, all damn long, all day, all long. It's lucky. I'm tired. They wanted to jump on the cock carousel and have all this fun, thinking that they could jump from man to man. You see, thinking that they could be committing adultery all day long. Okay, having all these multiple men, creating these really some filthy, acts on these OnlyFans pages, man, making all this money because a lot of these women have lots of money because you have a bunch of bug outs and weirdos that give their money on to them, man. You see, and make them feel like they're powerful. You see, so you wanted to live in pleasure. You wanted to go clubbing every day, every night. Everything's about a party here, party there. You didn't want to take responsibility of your children. You didn't want to count and have accountability for the things that you have done. These are the results that is going to happen, man. And they're going to get worse to the point where you ain't going to be able to have a video of yourself speaking because you're not going to make it. You're going to be somewhere dead in a ravine or some shit, you know? You're going to end up on the 10 o'clock news. You're going to end up on the ID channel, and that's all of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because these women wanted to live in pleasure, man, instead of turning back to the Lord. They wanted to laugh at a man of the Lord when he tried to, come and, make a better life for you, but it was too boring for you, or when we tried to tell you this is how a woman is supposed to uh, act in this society. This is how a real woman is supposed to move. All right. They looked at us like, oh no, that you're boring. You're being controlling, when all we was trying to teach you was the roots of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? Because your job, let's grab that real quick. This is give me 1 second. Let me get in there. This is Titus 2 and 3. All right. This is the responsibilities of a woman. It says the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. You see, you're supposed to be in the behavior of honoring Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Not false accusers, okay? Because that's what these women love to do, man. All right, they love to get drunk as hell, start talking shit out their mouth, all right, and then they start to accuse men of this and accuse men of that when none of it is true. They just trying to find ways to get away from their man, trying to find excuses for them to do their wickedness, find excuses to save their own pride. Women are the most prideful thing on earth, next to Esau. And that goes back to the serpent, because they took on the philosophy of Esau, you see? So it says the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, okay? Given into all these different philosophies. Women are bugged out when it comes to philosophies, man. And all the philosophies that they're into is all wicked and pretty much witchcraft, man. Everything that these women do is witchcraft. You putting on this damn makeup, painting your face. That's not what you look like. Putting on these damn wigs, when putting on wigs would give you a certain spirit, a dead spirit, basically, because that's what you're pretty much dead people's fucking hair, dead women's hair, So, not giving in too much wine is into these philosophies, but also, not giving in too much wine as in drinking, liquors, because liquors are called what? Spirits. So they bring spirits upon you women, and you women are the weaker vessel. So you don't even know how to handle your liquor. Scriptures tell you that in Ecclesiastes, the 25th chapter, not to give, let's grab that real quick. Ecclesiastes 25. You're not supposed to give that woman liberty, man. And these simp ass niggas out here, they'll give much liberty to women. Okay. This is 25 and give me 1 second. This is 25 and 25. I'll just take it from 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. You see, if she go not as thou would have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. You see, and these men, all right, because they have such a heavy spirit on them, man. They don't even know how to let go of these women. But hey, it's all spiritual, because the scripture says a wicked woman is given onto the portion of a wicked man. Okay. But again, you're supposed to cut these women off. And here it is, them being wicked as hell, they try to find ways to cut themselves off anyway. It's like once they get tired of a man, they want to go on to the next. Okay. Once they don't see something that they approve of, right away, they want to go on to the next. And you're supposed to actually stick it out with your man. You can only leave if a man gives you a bill of divorce, or if your man dies, as the scriptures tell you, man. Okay. This is 26, Ecclesiastes 26 and 8. It says, you know what? Let me take it from 6 real quick. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. And that's a big thing in Israel, man. These women are always jealous of the next woman. Oh, well, I can't get along with women. That's why I have so many guy friends. That's why I deal with men, That's an excuse for them to be whores, man. For them to be wicked as hell. It says it says an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and he that has hold of her is as though he held the scorpion. Okay, in the scriptures tell you that there is not a more wicked thing than a woman. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. That's in that's in Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiastes. I'll take it from 25. It says, I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find, and this is King Solomon speaking, man. All right. The most wisest king. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. That's exactly what these women are, snares and nets and nothing but distractions, man. Another woman cannot, these women cannot stand to see, a man above them. They can't stand to see a man or someone else take the spotlight over them. There's a whole video that just happened with the Currys. Okay. She was, this whole time, she was, on low key, mad at her man because he always had the spotlight. But we're not going to get into that. That's a whole nother topic, another video, right? And it says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands, whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. All right. And this is why the Lord tells you, men, it is not good that you touch a woman. It's not that we can't deal with them, but in these days, man, it's best that you don't deal with these women, man. Okay. You should only deal with a woman if she's listening to you. All right. As the scriptures say that the desire shall be unto their husband, he shall rule over thee. If your woman is allowing you to rule over her, well, hey, call Elohim like YAHAWAH'S. She's in order. And if she has this truth, is even better. You see, but these women don't want the truth, man. All right. You finding a virtuous woman, as the scriptures say, all right, or finding a Proverbs 31 woman is like impossible out here. Okay. It says, behold, behold, this I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. You see? And that's basically telling you, man, these women is worth shit out here, man, because these women is all about having fun. Okay. It's all about her. It's about what she wants. And if she don't get what she wants, she gonna throw a whole bitch fit, a BF. Okay. It says, let's go back to Ecclesiastes 26 and 8, which is the point I really wanted. It says, a drunken woman and a gathered abroad causeth great anger. And these women are constantly angry, man, because they have so many demons on them. All right. And it says, and she will not cover her own shame. Yeah, she don't care about what the hell she just did. She actually, the next woman is going to encourage it. Go ahead, girl, do your thing. You ain't worried about them. Go ahead and get chores in. All right. Well, you living in pleasure. That's what makes you dead while you liveth, man. You're just as good as dead. And eventually the Lord is going to judge you. You see, the Lord is just sparing you right now, because when that judgment comes, it's going to be a great judgment. Remember, the Lord said great miseries will happen to those that walked in great pride in those last days, man. It says the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. That's why, you put on this damn makeup, these little cat eyes in your eyeliner and all that. That already lets us know that you're a whole whore, man. You see? Men that true men want women that are natural, man, not that is painting their face and hiding behind a whole bunch of witchcraft. Okay. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. You see, you can't give these women these damn too much liberty and freedom, man. They don't know how to act. It says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Yeah. Hey, if she ends up playing you out, man, you better not sit there and be surprised about it, because the Lord told you this woman's going to trespass you at one point. You see? It says she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when she has found a fountain and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow, meaning that she gonna open her legs to whatever she sees, man. You see, that's the results of you living in pleasure. That's the results of you. I don't need a man. Okay, and look how scared this woman is. She probably was one of those talking that same nonsense that she don't need no man. But where's the man now? Do you understand that you actually need a man? Because that wouldn't have happened if there was a man present in that household, man. You see? Or that man would have got up and, been able to protect you. But here it is. Instead, you started screaming. You didn't protect yourself. I thought you was a man. You wanted to play the role of a man. You see? You should have fought that nigga. Should have did something, but you didn't, you know? And this is going to continue to happen to our women, man. Okay? Let's grab this real quick. It says, what was it? 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. All right. That's why you call BITCHs, man. All right. But she that is shamefast will fear the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Now let's go back to Titus, where I was at. This is Titus 2 and 5, which is the duties of how women are supposed to be acting. All right. It says the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. See, that's what you're supposed to be, teachers of good things. You're supposed to be teaching your daughters. Okay. And if you have boys, you're supposed to teach your boys. All right. Good things. All right. How to be, how to be, if it's girls, how to be a woman when you grow up, to be a servant unto your Lord, unto your man. If you have boys, you're supposed to be, showing your boys love, man. You see, how to respect the woman, which, the boys are going to be taught by their fathers more than anything. All right. But you still going to teach them that love. You're going to teach them scriptures, read scriptures to them when they are young boys. All right. And when they're girls, you're supposed to just completely teach them how to be women. All right. And servants unto their men. Okay. It says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet. None of these women are discreet in these days, man. These women are just straight out in the open with their wickedness, and they don't have no shame in it. You see? It says keepers at home. That's what your job is. Okay, Salaki, I missed the one. It says to be discreet and chaste. All right. Keepers at home. Okay. That's what you're supposed to be doing, man. Keepers at home, taking care of your children, not partying out every damn weekend, every day of the week. Now the weekend to these women is it starts on a damn Wednesday, man, all the way to Sunday, and then they want to sleep, Monday and Tuesday. And the ones that do work, all right, they have some weirdo jobs, and they always trying to find ways to stay late and, do wickedness behind their husbands' backs, man. Committing straight adultery. You see? So they're not discreet like back in the day. These women had a certain type of caliber back in the ancient times, man. Even though that was going off, they went off at least with respect, These women today, again, these women are just completely gone. Complete demons, man. All right. It says obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. Yeah. You see, you're supposed to be learning of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not blaspheming, not speaking blasphemies onto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. A lot of these women, they're gonna be in that spirit of Job's wife, man, being straight blasphemy, and they don't want to hear about none of that, man, because they love the benefits here that Esau has created for them, going all the way back to that garden. They don't like order. But a real woman that fears Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is going to be in true order. Okay, let's go back to Isaiah 32, and I'll pretty much end it. All right, this is why you need a man. Okay, this is Isaiah 32 and 1. It says, "Behold, the king shall reign." Matter of fact, hold on. It's like I was just reading something. Anyway, this is Isaiah 32 and 1. It says, "Behold, the king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind." You see, this is why you women need a man of the Lord, because he's going to be a hiding place from the wind. The wind represents the destruction, man. Okay. A man of the Lord is going to be able to save you out of these moments. A man of the Lord, all right, when you're calling upon the Lord, all right, his prayer is going to be heard. You see? But because you don't know the truth and you don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you don't even know who to call upon. Okay? So again, let me see this real quick. This is what's going to happen to a lot of you women, man. This is Isaiah. Let's take it from 3, all right? Which this is going into the women of Judah. All right, this is why the so-called black woman is hit the hardest out here. All right, this is 3 and 16. "Moreover, the Lord Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes." Yeah, they want to walk back and forth. I mean, they want to twist their head, speaking in that attitude spirit. Wanton eyes. They have men and they want to look at other men, fantasizing in their own minds, when the scriptures tell you that even the thought of folly is sin. Okay. It says walking and mincing as they go. Yeah. Sitting there with their little outfits, twitching their ass left to right, trying to catch attention. They all about attention, making a tinkling with their feet. Yeah. With their little 6-inch heels. Okay. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. That's why most of these black women have no hair, man, and they got to wear wigs, okay? Because the Lord has smite the scab of the crown of their heads, man. That's a curse upon those women, man. All right, and that goes to the same thing for the northern tribes, man. A lot of them women too, they losing their hair, okay? It says, "The Lord Yahweh will discover thy secret parts. In that day, the Lord Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets, and the mufflers and the bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen." Yeah, this is all the fashion of these women. Everything to them is about looking good. Oh, I got this. They'll work hard and go out of their way to go get some Gucci. You know what I'm saying? To go put some fucking to bring out some name brands to basically compare them to the next bitch. All that's gonna go. All that shit's gonna be disappeared. It's gonna disappear out here, man. None of that shit ever mattered. Here it was, you was trying to disguise yourself with all these different, brand names when you already had natural beauty. We were already, you women were already more beautiful than all these other nations. But now you have competition from these other nations, and that's why you bugged out, trying to make yourself look even better. It says the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. You know, these women, a lot of these women stink because of the things they eat, their diets. You know, they love the seafood, they love the pork, you know, because they constantly have all these different rods in them, all this different DNA, which gives you a whole stench to your coochie, man. All right, especially this so-called black woman. Okay, it says, and instead of sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomach or a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Yeah, when it comes down to it, all right, the Lord is literally gonna burn you women out here, man. Okay, with these missiles, because a lot of you women are gonna be the ones that take that RFID, that MOTB, because you're gonna want to go back to that pleasure that you once had, because you want to go back, you want things to go back to normal in this society when this place is done. And you're still trying to find mirth in this place when the Lord said that the mirth of the land is gone. You see? So at one point, man, you're gonna be taken out the way, either through Jacob's trouble, you know, being ravished and murdered, or the Lord gonna put you through that and keep you alive until you take that damn missile to your face. Okay, so let's go back and finish it up in Isaiah 32. Okay, and let's read it one more time at 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Okay, many days and years ye shall be troubled, and those days of trouble are here. Okay, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail. All the things that were helping you, all the benefits, all the welfare, okay, all these little tricks that Esau gave you to be able to destroy us, okay, and to make you look like you were powerful, so you know people could put you on the pedestal, man, is going to be taken away. And when it's taken away, what do you have left? Nothing. Nothing. Because you don't have a man of the Lord, and you don't have the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? And you're gonna realize that Esau just put your ass in a trick bag and used you this whole entire time as a weapon, all right, against the Israelite man. Because here it is, you guys want to continue to deal with these other nations and run to the white man when you're not supposed to. Look what happened with Simeon and Levi, man. When their sister was defiled by another nation, they had to go out there and take out a whole entire town. They had to take the whole entire town and put them to death for that, man. You see? So it says, the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and girt sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, the Lord's gonna show your shame out here, man. And that's a prime example of that video, all right, of what the Lord is about to bring upon you women. That woman was scared, shitless. She can't even sleep no more. She probably still ain't sleep for the last couple days because she's staying happening. You see? And this is why you women need to turn to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai ASAP, man. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, man. You see? Because that sudden destruction is going to come upon you. All right? And when it does, and you don't have that Israelite man, you're going to be destroyed out here, man. All right? You're going to be tossed around to and fro. You're going to be a little beach ball. You're going to be someone's doorknob, and everybody's going to take a turn. You see? They're going to ravish your ass, and you're just going to be, end up dead somewhere, man. So take heed of that word. All right? So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kohaloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rochakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom.